Hello, hello. Hopefully we are streaming. I'm just going to close my browser and we'll get some music going. Did we hit the start button? Looks like we did. Okay, let's get some music going then. Okay, we're going to start with something a little different tonight. We'll start with Too High to Die, and then instead of Mud Puddle, we'll play something else. Give me a moment to get Mud Puddle going, and then we'll add another song. Okay, Mud Puddle, Too High to Die. Okay, so we'll start with Too High to Die. And we are working on the Pirates mod pack tonight. Let's just check that we've got, yes, we've got the microphone working, fantastic. So we will get some spruiking of the stream going in a couple of places. Alrighty. Alrighty. We are, of course, listening to Too High to Die by Apollo Music. We'll have something a little different after that. Alright, and let's get... Alrighty. This is a new one. This is called Captain Fred of the TechHeads. Also by Apollo Music. Alrighty. And we'll have Mud Puddle again in a moment. Okay. Gonna get a little bit more info in the spruiking I'm doing in a couple of Discord channels for my stream tonight. Hello to whoever's already watching on Twitch, good to have you. Alright. Spruik the stream in a couple of places, and then I will get on with it. Listening to Mud Puddle by Apollo Music at the moment. And let's go with one more place here. Alrighty, so promo, there we go. Alrighty. Hello, whoever's watching on YouTube as well. Let's see, we've got someone on YouTube and someone on Twitch. Fantastic. We'll be starting soon. Alrighty. Close a few of these extra windows. I hit the back to game button on my Minecraft. Alrighty. Alright, hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, evening. It's night time for me, so... Alrighty. Alright, let's get on with the game, and we'll pause the music. Alrighty. So, as you can see, I am in the Nether. On a Nether ship. This is actually one that's been added by it's either a data pack or a mod called Unwrecked Ships. And we're actually under the lava at the moment. It's added a little cavity to put the unwrecked Nether ship in. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a VS Sails ship, and then we are going to try placing it in the lava ocean above. We're going to try and add a few things to it before we turn it into a ship, so that hopefully it will be fairly stable once it's a ship. So we're going to add some sails, we're going to add a helm, and we're going to add some ballast and probably some buoys as well. Hopefully nothing's going to catch on fire. It'll be an interesting experiment. The ship itself obviously won't catch on fire, but the other things might. So let's have a look and see how that goes. I'll get out of free cam mode, back to first person mode, and we'll just jump into the creative menu and grab a couple more things. So we're going to want a helm, a ship's helm from Valkyrien Sails, and some sails. Sail, let's go with some cyan and red sails. Maybe some magenta ones as well. See if we can match the colours, and with some ballast. And grab some magic ballast because I think that's going to be needed, and some regular ballast. And we'll also grab a ship in a big bottle for a ship in a bottle. So, bottle. All right. Now I've done this once before with airships. I haven't done it with sails ships yet. Certainly haven't done it with sails ships in the Nether that were successful. So we're going to have a bit of a look at adding a few things. So we're going to add some ballast at the bottom. Let's see if we can do this without getting covered in lava as well. So let's see. Can we see what we're doing? We cannot. Alright. How do we see what we're doing? Maybe we could put on a diving helmet? Maybe that will help. And we'll put on some other diving gear as well. We're in creative, so it won't make much difference. Won't burn up or anything. Diving pants. And diving boots. Alrighty, let's see if that makes a difference in the lava. It does not. Okay. That makes it difficult. We can see what we're doing in spectator mode, but we can't see what we're doing in creative mode. Alright. In that case, I think what we'll do is we'll just make it into a ship, and then we'll try placing it on land. Alright, let's try... we need a dedication bottle as well, so another bottle. Where is it? Dedication bottle. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Or did it? Let's do a get ship. No ship found. Okay. Well, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Let's try going into survival mode for a moment. Is that a ship? This is a little trickier than I thought. Okay, so... we have a ship. No ship found. Alright, so... what we're going to try doing is getting out of here and going back up to the surface. We'll try placing the ship in the overworld instead. Alright, so this is our custom Nether. It's basically just a big lava ocean. And we're gonna... is that a... I think that's a stronghold. Nope, it's just weird generation. Alright. Gotta work on this world generation. We need to have some ships, some lava-proof ships appearing in it. So let's figure that one out. Let's do a place structure. We do it up here. Maybe it'll give us a ship that's above. No, let's give us another ship that's below. Yep, we'll have to go into spectator mode to see it. This is not ideal. Where's our ship? Okay, it's placed it somewhere, but I can't see it. So, the world gen is a bit of an issue. Alright, let's head back to the overworld then. We'll just make ourselves a portal, I guess. Didn't think about the world generation and the rules for the ships mod that creates the ships. Alright, let's try... looking back at our map here. See if we can figure out where the portal was that we came in through. Over this way, maybe. Apparently not. Alright, we'll just make a new portal. My first time looking at an overworldified Nether, It's basically the same world generation as the overworld, so it's a bit of a weird one. Alright, so let's go with some obsidian. Oh, we're reloading shaders, that's the problem. Okay. Obsidian. So the ships do generate naturally, but they generate under the lava, and we can't see what we're doing to build them, so didn't think that through. Let's get ourselves a flint and steel. Oh, we already got one. Okay. We'll just use that one then. Alrighty. This is all new to me. Might do some coding in a little bit as well. Oh, we've got a subspace bubble achievement. And no idea where we are. In a geode, apparently. Alright, that's fine. We'll go back into spectator mode to get out of here. So as you can see, we've got mine shafts and geodes and stuff well under the ocean. So I think the problem here is that the ocean is too deep, and the nether generation is basically the same. So, hey look, there's a regular ship. An overworld ship. Some pirates on that one. Let's find ourselves an island. There's a wrecked ship over there. And a Savannah Island. Let's go to the Savannah Island. Alright, let's try placing a nether ship in the overworld. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. That's the... Not sure what we've done with the map, but... Alright, let's just try placing a ship. Okay. So we placed it apparently, but it's not here, so it must be below us. There it is. So it generates in a cave with water over it for some reason. Okay, interesting. Alright, well at least we can probably turn this one into a ship. Alright. So you want another dedication bottle? Let's see if it works here. Did we make a ship? Doesn't seem like it. What have we got down there? What is that? It's a shark. It's a shark that's been beached. Okay. Looks like we can't actually make a dedication bottle the way I expected. Doesn't seem to make a ship out of it. So let's try putting a helm on it and see if that helps. Doesn't seem to be water blockable, so that's a start. Alright, so it's not making a ship. This is not what I expected. Let's try giving ourselves, what is it called? A ship builder, I think. Ship creator. Shipified, okay. So it's shipified just the one piece of stairs. That's not good. Maybe we need to do the whole thing. We go over here as well. That gonna work? It shipifies a single block. Okay. Right. Need to learn some more commands for VS. So I could use a Eureka Helm to make a ship, but it just seems like cheating. Alright, so if we... Yep. We lost the ship. That's our ship. Alright, so it looks like making ships is not as easy as I remember in Sails. I need to probably make a ship out of regular items. And it doesn't want to actually let us place it. So we have place template. And unwreck ships. Yes, we do. Okay. But it's all small templates. Interesting. So we can do a nether warped shell, nether crimson shell. Alright, let's try that then. We'll head back up to the surface. And we'll try a place template. And this might be easier anyway. Let's go with a warped shell. Aha, perfect. That is actually a better start than I thought. Alright. But it gives us a whole bunch of lava underneath. Alright, let's place some ballast underneath it. Ah, I see. So that's just the shell, and then we need to add the other parts. So let's try making another one. Let's do a... No, we don't want a shell, we want... Aha! Cool, we can put these pieces together. Alright, so... Let's place a warped sails. Oh. Okay, Nether. Nope. Sails. Nether. Crimson sails. Alright. Cool, that gives us the sails. We'll replace those later on. We got the jigsaw blocks. Okay. Cool. I have to play with these structures a bit more before I know what I'm doing. Should have done this off stream, but that's okay. So that gives us a template that we can use. Now we want what's the other parts? Glass, shell, sails, sailor, nest. Well, let's do a warped nest then. They got us, yep, warped crow's nest, cool. Alright. So we can place that on top of the stems for the mast here, for example. Cool. I have to have a look at the structures and such like, but it gives us an idea. Alright, so if we take all of that, make that into a ship. We just turn that whole structure into a ship with that lettuce. Just, did that make a ship? It did. Awesome. So, cool. That gives us a ship. So we can do the same with this one. Let's have a look at what ships we've got now. VS. Get ship. Trousers, service, viola. Okay, so this one is Lute Comedy Drama. Alright. Let's get some bottles then. So if we replace this template. Nice. Okay, so it includes the lava by the look of it. Not ideal, but it's a start. Alright. So we need to somehow get the lava off there. Lava is included as part of the structure. Interesting. We can put this one in a bottle. Okay, so that's a little tiny ship. Cool. And that floats on its own, so that's alright. So there's definitely education. Alright, so I think we'll actually just use this as some inspiration. We'll delete that one. Trousers, service viola. You're gone. Okay. For some reason, you didn't shipify with the rest of the ship. Interesting. Okay. So let's try placing that structure again, but this time we will get a bucket and we'll get rid of the lava first. Yeah, there's only a few lava there, so bucket. Gives us a template to work with, and then we can play with that. Hopefully turn it into something a bit more useful. We can get a fireproof ship built, then we can turn it into a ship that we can have spawn in the Nether, hopefully. Getting it to spawn in the Nether is going to be the tricky part, I think. I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing this with commands, but I'm still learning my commands. I'm glad the empty buckets stay empty though. I don't know what we do with all these lava buckets. Surely we're going to start running out of lava soon. Thought we might be running out of lava. Source blocks at least. Alright, do we at least have the ship not touching the lava now? Pretty close. Not include the lava in the blocks that get added to ships. With Eureka there's a blacklist with or an ignore list. But it seems with VS ships, VS sails, less so. I'll get more info on that, but for the meantime, I think that means that seems to be Enough lava gotten rid of. It's not directly touching the ship. And it gives us a shell we can actually work with. Nathan Malotto, good to see you. I'm attempting to turn a pre-built structure into a ship. Turns out it's not that simple. There's a lot of lava here. Let me get the lava far enough away from the ship that when I turn it into a ship, it doesn't pick up the lava with it like the last one did. Alright, I think that's going to be enough. We'll just try taking a couple more source blocks away. I think that might have been the last one. Yep, that looks like it might have been the last source block. Fantastic. Alright, so let's get rid of the jigsaw block from here. And let's look at what we can add. Maybe we need a hull as well. Okay, so it's not touching. That's why I didn't join the ship before. Alright. Yeah, I could do the fill command, but I think I've cleared enough of it now. Yeah, it looks like it's going. It's good. I should do the fill command next time. Alright, so we want decks as well. Let's have a look and see if we can get those parts. We have one called deck. Alright, sailor, nest, keel. Ah, there we go. We'll go keel for. We'll go a crimson keel. And does that also generate? Oh, I forgot to finish that off. So, keel. Nether, crimson keel. Does that also generate lava? No. Awesome. So if we put these pieces together, we'll have ourselves a ship. We tried generating an entire ship before, and it came with the provision that it had to spawn underground. Alright, so we want to turn it into an actual Valkyrien sails ship. So, what we're going to do is we're going to try adding a few of these things, putting them all together. Alright. Now I think I did have a similar structure that I made previously, so I might see if I can find that, and we'll turn that into a ship that we can place. So we're going to use this template, but we're going to make it out of. We're going to replace the whole lot with actual sails. So let's use that as an example. Alright. So we've got 5, 3, and then we've got C shape around that. Cool. So what we're going to do... Yep, so this is a template that's from a mod that I've got in the pack called Unwrecked Ships. So what we're going to do is we're going to try actually making some ships using these designs and then turning them into Nether ships that can be crewed by piglins in the Nether. That's the idea. So we've got a similar design here. We've got 2, 1, and then we got 7 by 3. And then we've got 7 at the top, 7 at the bottom. Cool, I can see how that'll work. So this is going to be a ship that we turn into a self-sailing ship, basically. Alright, so top and bottom. And then we've got alright, and what have we got in this one? We've got another one at the front here. Yep, and then that fills in the rest. Cool. So these sails, when they're in place, will be able to be furled and unfurled, which we'll do later on. So we've actually got the ship together. And then this design is pretty simple as well. It's just a big sheet. Cool. So we're gonna use this as a template, but we'll look at making some variety as well. So yeah, it's an enemy ship. So we've got some of those floating around already. That one over there, that's an overworld enemy ship. So it's a pirate ship. And this one, we've got 5 by 7, I think. Yep, 5 by 7. So really it's 7 by 7 with some bits missing. Cool, we can do that. Not too far. We'll probably use this as a bit of an inspiration for an early ship, and then we'll maybe have some better ones that we develop a little later on. Okay, so we want those top bits not to be there. And those bits not to be there. Okay. Now, if this colour doesn't look right, which does look a little bit too bright, we might go with something a bit darker. We'll see. We've still got to tweak the world generation for the Nether as well, because the lava ocean doesn't quite work for what I'm going for. It's good, but it's a little too ocean and not quite enough world. I might need to also tweak the overworld generation to match. We got a little too, like, the islands are a little too sparse. Or a little too small. Alright. Nearly there. Alright, so we got our sails in place. We might go something darker, but we'll use those for now. It's a start. And yeah, I like the contrast of the warped here, so we'll go with something along these lines. And this here was just a leftover. So warped, that's actually, that's warped, and this one's the warped as well. The other one is crimson, so let's place some crimson around this pattern. Alright, so sort of see where it lines up. Got a keel over here. We got trapdoors. Alright. Let's grab all of these parts. Might replace the some of the keel with the ballast. Then we got stairs. No, we don't have stairs. So we'll grab some stairs. And sort of see where these go. Basically, it's a shipwreck design, but made out of blocks that can't be burnt. 3, and a gap, and then another 3. Yeah, that's, my Minecraft skin's face is based on my skin, my personal skin, my personal face, and I do actually have one eyebrow that sits a little bit higher than the other. I've just exaggerated it in my Minecraft skin. So there you go. I'm not the rock, though. Clearly. Alright, so that's those ones, and then we got these ones. Alright, so that's that part. And then we've got... Looks like these are added to the sails. Yep, so they go behind the sails. We're missing one, so... That's what the sails do. We're going to need to stand somewhere and shift click for that. There we go. So we can actually make these ropes from VS sails rather than or rigging, I should say, from VS sails rather than fences if you wanted to. And then they could be climbable, but don't really care. So let's just move that one out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to place another one of those here. Is that the middle one? Might actually be the middle one. Nope. That's there. That lines up. Okay. So, then we want to look at decking to match the arrangements we got here. We're going to put some cannons on it as well. Yep. Alright, let's just double check that deck shape. Yep, cool. So just follow around here. Fill all this in with these. Double check these parts, but I think they're just slabs. Oh, I'll have to fix that. There we go. One there. Okay. Yep, looks good. Okay, so we've got 4 blocks there and a couple of stairs. I can see how that works. Now, these don't have to be 4 blocks, but we're making 4 blocks for now. Cool, starting to come together. Then we've got a pirate's shipwreck over there. So yeah, these are going to be pirates' enemy ships. So 5 and 3. Oh, yep, can see where that fits. Nope, got 4 blocks. And then it looks like that's going to be pretty obviously a stair there. Yep, and then we got another stair on top, so it's a full block underneath. 2 full blocks, and then a stair. Is it a stair behind? Yes. Full block behind and then another stair. Okay. It looks like it's going to be a similar sort of pattern here. Let's have a look at that. Stair, block, stair. Yep. And full blocks down here. And full blocks along the bottom. So I think we might start doing some ballast around there. We didn't use obsidian. Alright, starting to look pretty shippy. Yeah, I like the design too, so I figured I'll take some of this design, and it's basically a vanilla shipwreck, but out of Nether woods. Take some of this design and have a bit of a play with it. Alright, so further up we have, behind that full block, we have a stair block, and then we have stair, stair, stair. So we've got another stair coming up here. Okay, makes sense. Another full block there. And not a full block, that's a stair. And one more on the end here. Yep, cool. I want some crimson fences. And they come to sides here. That looks it. Now it's going to have piglins on it. I don't know if I want to go with piglins or zombified piglins. Decide on that one later. And let's see. So basically up to the keel, and we've got the room at the back there. So we have 3 stairs and then a bunch of full blocks. More full blocks. That's pretty much it. And then we've just got to figure out the crow's nest, which I can see over there. We can basically, we won't take that exact one, but we'll build something similar. We might actually do it out of crimson as well. See how it looks. I think warp might work too. Oh, we've got the deck at the top we've got to figure out as well. So obviously we can decide whether we're going to have chests or... I like the gold ore that was in the original ship, which we're going to look at a little bit later, just to check the layout again. So we could have nether gold ore and maybe some gold ore blocks. It's going to be in the nether. It might have the occasional one showing up in the overworld as well. Might make it one that spawns in the nether and the overworld. But we've got other ones that already spawn in the overworld, which have got surface pirates, basically. Okay. So over here we have more fences, and then we have mostly slabs, a couple of stairs, and a couple of solid blocks as well. Alright, so we'll do the fences first, so we got our bearings. We've got stairs that line up with it as well, so slab, stair, stair, and a full block there. Wait a second. That's a full block. That's a full block rather than a slab. So full block, stair, stair. Alrighty. That makes more sense. Okay. So it was fences along here. Slabs. So they're top slabs. Let's have a look at the inside of this. Looks like it's 5x5 top slabs. And then stairs in some of the other spots. And full blocks. Down below to do this one. That's not a slab, that's probably a full block. Alrighty. So we've got the trapdoor and the fence there. That's where we're going to put the pirate's helm. the sails helm, I should say. Maybe it's 6 by 5. That seems logical. Could also equally be stairs there. Let's go have a look. Okay, so it's full block, stair, slab, stair, full block. And I think it's the same on the other side. Wait. Yeah, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So full blocks on the sides. One stair. Two full blocks, one stair, one full block, and a gap. Same on the other side. Okay. Oh yeah, see how that fits. Yep, that makes sense. It was full block, stair, stair, and slab. There's something else at the back there. Probably a stair. Okay, so that's the main hull pretty much done. We're just got to finish off the fences. Oh, that's a full block. Full block in there, and then a U shape of fences. And then the other two fences there and there. Okay. So that's a full block. And that kind of makes sense. Yep. That's the top done, and now we're just got to figure out the keel and the bottom. So, more fences there. And then maybe they can be ballast. We've got regrowth, and skeletons can grow mushrooms. So, it looks like that's what's happened underneath here. Let's double check that. Okay, that looks about right. And under here, full blocks, and another row of full blocks underneath. Okay. So this is where we start to need to differ from the pattern, because of the physics of the ships. Once they actually have physics. Oh, actually didn't have one on that level. Add single block there and aha, yep. Is that right? Does that work? Let's see. Is that right? Doesn't seem quite right. Oh yeah. Yep, okay. And I think we put ballast blocks down here. What do these weigh? These weigh 20 tons. What about obsidian? Obsidian weighs a lot more. Weighs actually more than the magic ballast blocks. I'll try the ballast first. Oh no, they weigh 20 tons. Never mind. Obsidian weighs 2 tons. Yeah, okay. Ballast it is. So the stair should go there. And probably a stair at the other end. Yeah, stair at the other end. I see. I see what we've done. We actually want another block in here. Which again, could maybe be a ballast block. We'll see. See how it works. Then we want to stair down there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're not going to have flying boats in the end because it's not going to work. So we don't have flying ships. So we can see there's a couple more structures around here. So that one there is a pirate ship. That one there is a wrecked pirate ship. That one over there looks like it might be a static ship, which we can check in a moment. But yeah, this is starting to look good. We're getting there. I reckon maybe we could go with the teal sails instead. Cyan sails. Might look better. We could do maybe a combination. Oh, I think the cyan sails. I got some flying ships for my ethereal airships version 2 that I'm working on as well. But this is not the flying ships. These ships do not fly. There's no flying ships in this pack. Purely sailing ships, apart from the ships in the Nether. Sorry, in the end, which they're just sort of hovering buildings. Don't have a way to make them fly in this pack yet. Yeah, I think we'll go with the teal sails. They look better. Say teal, they're technically cyan. Bit of lag there. So we can also go with black sails as well, but they're sort of more of a grey black. Actually, no, the sails are pretty close to the wool colour. I mean, we could keep some red sails, but I kind of like the whole cyan sails look. I guess I could do a red one in the middle. Okay, we only had 5 there. 5 it is. That doesn't look right. No, that's right. Oh, I got some extra ones. I see. That doesn't seem quite right. Oh, yep. Got it. Means I made this one too big. And these are in one by the look of it then? They are. Okay, so I've messed that up. That makes a bit more sense. Okay. Oh, did I break the mast? I did. Okay, so these ones are too far out. All makes sense now. Okay, that looks better. Potentially move that one of the masts back a little bit. Or the other one forward. Maybe move this one forward a little bit. Good work. Okay. So we're pretty much done with the ship itself. Now we want a couple of those trapdoors. Just on the front two, was it? Yeah, the front two. I think I went with all of them before, but we'll just go my previous, well, my other design for the flying Nether ship, which is for the other pack. But yeah, there's a little room here, so we want to make that separate. And I think we should have a door there. So let's go with a warped door. Yep, that looks right. Okay. Now comes the fun part. We put cannons and things on it. Probably need to put some buoys on it as well to make it float. But we'll see how it goes. Might not be necessary in the Nether. Break those and we'll put the ship's helm on. And we'll put a motion invoker. And we'll freeze the pirates so that they don't, so it doesn't immediately start flying off. Well, not flying off, but attempting to do other things. So, game rule. Pirates is live. False. And we'll put the spawners down in a sec. Okay. We could have creepers on the ship, but I'm not going to do that. No creepers on the ship. No creepers. There we go. It's gone. Ha! I counted as monster hunter because I knocked it off for death. Alright. Now we also need some lights. So we're going to use... I'm not going to use soul lanterns. Even though they are an option. We're going to use lanterns. I'm going to use copper lanterns. Weathered copper lanterns. Or in fact, so regular copper lanterns. So we've got the, this is 1.20, but we've got the copper and tough backport mod, which allows us to add a few more things. Let's see. We want those, or we want the green ones? Oh, crimson lantern. Oh, got supplementaries as well. Supplementary squared, in fact. Try the crimson lantern, and we'll try the warped lantern as well. Not warp, the oxidized copper lantern. Also do the weathered one. Let's see. Oh, I think that looks better. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. That's good. And we'll put some of those up here as well. Maybe a couple ones here. Crimson ones? Let's put the crimson one on the side. Oh, okay, that's like a paper lantern. Yeah, that'd be good there. We'll have a look. Nah. Oxidized copper. Now I could go with the other copper ones. So we've got exposed and weathered. We might go with exposed. We'll try weathered as well. Give them all a try. Well, that is nice. It looks a bit more nethery. Let's try this one. Oh, I think we'll go with the exposed. No, the weathered, I should say. And the exposed ones can go up here. Or maybe... Not quite right either. Let's go with the regular lanterns up here. Yeah, they look better. Now we'll keep them consistent. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now we're going to make some cannons. So we want dispensers. And then we want cannon activators. And then we want a bunch of... Well, I don't know if we use the heavy cannonballs. That's probably a bit of overkill. We'll use the flaming cannonballs. We might actually add a couple of those. And then we'll use the regular cannonballs as well. We'll get a couple of stacks of those. Let's go with 4 stacks. All right. We need a debug stick next. So we're going to go with... We'll put the cannons a bit lower. Actually, no, we'll go with that height. Why not? We'll see if it works. Alright, now we turn these into cannons in a moment. And we will grab a couple more of those. Yeah, more consistent. Right, 11 there. Oops. Try that again. 11 there. Gives us 21, so we put 10 in the middle one. And then we put 11 here in the middle. And then we want 8 in there. Need 2 more stacks of cannonballs. Okay, so that's one side done. And we get the other side done. Nope, not that one. 10 in that one. 11 in that one. And 8 of these around the sides. There we go. Alright. Now we need some crew spawners and a debug stick. And we'll see how this looks. Give debug stick. Crew spawner. Alright, so we want a crew spawner next to this one. So we want to have some stairs here for it to stand on. There's our crew spawner. They're invisible. So, crew spawner here. And first we need the cannons. Alright. Cannon activator. Cannon. 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 We lost all our cannonballs into the water. Because I stocked the cannons before they became cannons. Alright. That's fine, we'll fix that. Okay, we'll turn them back into cannons. Or we'll stock them again once they turn into cannons. So, If we click on that, yep, there we go. So we got to restock these. Alright. We're still wearing diamond bits. We are. We'll just get those off. And we'll restock these ones. And that's fine, we'll just get some more. Okay, cannonballs. Alright, that'll fix that. So we'll turn this one into a cannon. And we'll grab all of those. And we'll turn this one into a cannon. Alright, so the debug stick is required to make the cannons cannons. Ah, now we need a stair there. Did we miss something? I think we missed something. We'll check the decks in a sec. I think it's a similar sort of thing to what we had here. Alright, so debug stick. Cannons are now armed. Alright, let's double check the design over here. Okay, we seem to be missing some stairs. That's fine, we can put them in. Something seems to have moved. Oh, we're actually missing some planks here altogether by the look of it. Yeah, we're missing an entire lot of planks here. Oh, that's fine. We'll just fill those in. That makes more sense. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put some crew spawners in. One there. One there. One there. One there. One there. And one there. Now the debug stick lets us choose what type of spawn we've got. So we've got pirates. Regular pirates at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to set them to custom 0. And we're going to change custom 0 to be a piglin. In fact, we might go zombie piglin. Alright, custom 0 and there we go. Make that one custom 0 as well. Alright, so they're all custom 0. And we might just put in a shroom light. In there, and one in here as well, just to make it a bit more well lit. Okay. Now we've got the crew manning the cannons, and we've got the crew on the helm. We need crew just standing around, being ready to attack if anyone gets on the ship. So I'm going to make these ones big ones as well. And then this one up here, we'll make this one a piglin brute for the captain. So we'll go custom 1 for that one. Then we just got to modify the config file for pirates. But first we're going to make this a ship. So let's see if we smash this with the bottle, if it'll become a ship. Dedication bottle. There's probably something that doesn't count as part of the ship. Nope, it's fallen down. Okay, cool. So now that we've got that out of the ship, what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a bottle. And now our ship is called Ship Outrun Brownie. Cool. Now it looks like we didn't get all these things stored in it properly. Alright, that's fine. We will fix that. So, we will place the ship. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I got stuck on something. Okay, I got stuck on the Nether wart here. Oh, we broke the sail. And she falls off. Yes, she falls off. Okay. Now, she's a bit heavy. So, we need to figure out what we've done not quite right there. Now, she might not be a bit heavy for lava, but she's a bit heavy for water. So let's add some buoys. B-U-O-Y. Let's add some. Alright, give ourselves another half hour to finish up. Let's add some magenta ones. And we'll get rid of the bed. We don't need a bed on this one. Alright. If we place a couple of magenta buoys on here, hopefully, maybe enough to bring it up. Looking pretty promising. Alright, a couple more up the front. Maybe some of these solid blocks. Getting there. we have a stray shark. Might just grab ourselves something to destroy the shark with. Sword. Netherite. The shark gone yet? No, it's not. Okay. Alright, shark's gone. And we're not quite balanced yet, so let's grab a couple more boys. We can put one there. And one there. Almost out of the water. Alright, one in that corner, and one in that corner. Still not quite there. Okay. Alright, how about this one? And this one. Alright, we'll go with, since there's a couple of solid blocks here, we'll go with a couple of cyan ones as well. That one and that one. Getting closer. It looks like we might be stuck on something. We have indeed gotten stuck on the stone. Ah, the sails are trying to take us places now. Oh, the current's trying to take us places. The sails are trying to take us places. Put the sails down. Try and get this cleaned up. Now we got too many boys by the look of it. And we've got seaweed underneath us, which is causing problems, but that's okay. We'll deal with that in a sec. We'll just clean up all this stone first. There we go. Water's sorting itself out. Alright, so we have a ship. Let's get rid of any kelp beneath it. No, no kelp. Okay. Let's just check what could be overbalancing it then. Nothing obvious. So we need probably one more ballast over this side to balance the fact that we've got a door here. And 2 planks over here. Oh, just put a magic ballast in the middle. Down the bottom. We can balance it pretty well on the water, then we can hopefully balance it well in there later. That's not what we want. That's magic glass is what we want here. There we go. That should hopefully right it up. Yep, that's righted it. Sort of. Ah, we're missing a stair there. And we're pretty close. Yep, pretty close to balance now. All we need now is to just lift it up a little bit more. And we're good to go. So let's go with... some more boys in here. So it's light enough here. Still a bit heavy, huh? Okay. Nearly there. I reckon we go with maybe 1 or 2 more on this side. Oh, we left our crew spawner. Still not quite there, not quite balanced. Takes a lot more boys to balance these things than I thought. Or to lift it, I should say. Still listing to one side, just a little. Let's go with a little bit of nether gold in the hold. Gold. there anything underneath that's causing this? Doesn't look like it. A little more ballast, I think. Oh, we didn't give it a keel. The keel's missing. So let's make the keel out of ballast. We got two, one at the back, and four underneath. Okay, hopefully that is close enough to balanced. Yep. Pretty close. Alright, let's try a couple of them here then. And that seems to have done it. Almost. Grams. Alright, well, that'll do for now. Let's try that, and we'll go back to the Nether and see how it floats in the Nether. Looking relatively stable for a surface ship. So we'll grab another big bottle, and we'll turn this one into a ship as well. Nope. And if we got the balance right, then we can look at finally trying to put it in the Nether. Alright, so that one is Ship Outrun Brownie. What was the previous one? Keep it bottle. So, still Ship Outrun Brownie. We might have miscalculated there, but that's okay. We'll place one. And just check that it's the same one. So it's ship in a bottle. Ship Outrun Brownie. Okay. Okay, that's the one with all of the boys on it. So that's cool. And it looks like it sits much better. Alright, let's fill the cannons then. That one's full. That one's full. That one's missing them. Okay. Right, now we'll check the other ones. Oh. Yep, we need some here. Okay. So let's place this one. We'll have a different name ship now. Two the same, but one will be a different name. So when I get ship, this one is ship outrun brownie, and this one also ship outrun brownie. Okay, well that's confusing. Well, we will grab one that's got the sails out. Alright, cool. So this will be our new one. Ship outrun brownie. Still. Alright. Now, what's this one? Is this still ship outrun brownie? It is. So VS ship. Nameplate. And an anvil. We'll call this one something else. Anvil. It's alright if it's a damaged anvil, not a problem. We will call this one. Now the ship. 1. Don't call it shipyard run brownie. Alright, not quite sure how to rename it. We've got another 15 minutes. Alright, so we need to shift click it maybe. Nope. Okay. Shift click the hell. You need to be in survival mode. Not quite sure how to use the nameplate. Still a shipyard run brownie. Okay. Not sure on that one. Okay, well, we'll go to the Nether. And we'll figure it out. All right. Huh. Spawn near other portal. That's funny. Alright, so let's do a place. One of those. Do it above the lava. Okay, so it sits much higher on the lava. Means if we get rid of the floaters, by floaters of course I mean boys. Put some more planks back in there. That is not sitting right. We definitely need to fix the balance of the ship. Okay, let's try and get out. Alright, Crimson. Back we go. Well, it's much higher on lava than I remember. We're definitely going to have to add some more ballast to this one. Maybe some more gold. We'll replace some of these. I can't get in there. Okay. If we do this. Yep, okay. Alright, let's go with a gold ore block. Raw gold. Apparently it just doesn't want to balance at all. Is it? It could also be that it's beached. There we go. That's making a bit more sense. Let's see if it works if we move it out a bit. It seems like it's sitting a little better. Still quite tilted, but better than it was. Alright, let's try putting this one in a bottle. This one is called Ship Out Run Brownie and Ship Out Run Brownie. Okay. So we'll try placing it again. That is much better. Still on a bit of angle, but much better than it was. Okay, so let's go with a little bit more gold. Now, if we go into spectator mode, sits much higher on the lava surface. That's good. Cuckoo clock sound. It could be the. Could actually be the sound of the ship being put into and out of the bottle. Ah, we've still got a floater there. Okay. Yeah, I've still got a couple of buoys here as well, so let's change those ones over to warped and crimson, respectively. Can we sneak through here? No, we can't. Okay. By the way, hi Mail. See ya. Oh, we've got a crew spawner here, do we? We don't want that one. We do want one here, though. So turn this guy back into the right crew. Custom 0. Okay. And we're going to have to wrap up the stream. We've been going more than 2.5 hours. But we will continue this one, and we'll try and get this, this ship working nicely in the Nether. But it means we're probably going to need to work on it with it underwater in the overworld for it to be able to be adjusted. Well, that's alright. Alright, so we'll trash this one. We'll get a another bottle. We'll head back to the overworld, and we'll just see what this looks like if we put it in water. It'll probably sink. Okay, that portal takes us here. What about the other one? Does the other one take us to the surface? Can we go back to the hill? Yes. Alright, does this one take us back to the surface? It does. Nice. Okay. So, if we place this one, what's the bet it sinks? Let's try and find somewhere without too much kelp. Yep, so that one sinks, which is fine. Now, is this still called the same thing? It is still ship outrun brownie. So, every time we pick it up, it's going to change the model, but that's fine. So, this is... Yep, it's actually touching the bottom. Okay. Cool. So, we're going to grab a few more of these ballast blocks while we're not in the lava, and we're going to try just replacing some of these. Nope, not where we wanted that. Make it super heavy in the water, but that's fine. One magic balance box should hopefully take care of the balance. Maybe two, we'll see. Alright. Back to the Nether. I forgot to put the crow's nest on it. We might build one of those on it when we bring it back through next. Alright, so we're going to place the same ship. And there it is. That's sitting above the lava? No, it's sitting in the lava now. And is that because it's... Yeah, I think it's because it's on its side. So we'll trash this bottle and we'll just grab another one. Alrighty. And of course now the bottle... Now the lava is starting to affect it. Let's try that. And yep, the lava is burning things. So that is a little too heavy. It looks like it's just burning the ladder. Or maybe the crew templates. No, the crew spawners are still there, so... Alright, well, that's fine. We'll just do a delete on this one. That's a little too heavy. We want to go slightly less heavy. I think this was... That was the geode. So we're the one that's not in the geode. Not standing it properly, I would go through. There we go. Okay. Now that cuckoo clock sound, that is a swan. So you're going to be too heavy. Yep. Sinking like a stone. And that is fine. We'll just fix up the ballast. One more there. I think what we do is we make the middle row keel out of ballast and we have slightly less of it that way. We'll try it back the way it was. See how it sits in the nether. We'll take it to a deeper section of Nether Ocean though. Alright. All right. Hey, now that's sitting better. That is actually looking pretty good. Alright, I think that's our nether ship. And the sails are deployed, so it's sailing. Looks like it's going potentially backwards. Yep. And it's hit the alright, so should send it the other way. Yes. Nice. Alright, so we've got our ship working. Now the next step is to actually turn it into a ship and make it turn up in the nether on its own. It's not super fast, but it's better than nothing. Alright, looking good. So let's make this one a nether ship. We can rename this to something else later on. At the moment, it's going to be Ship Outrun Brownie. And we are still slowly moving away from that island. So, cool. Alright. So, we've got our ship. That takes us back to the geode. We're going to break that one. So we'll break that one. And we'll go through the other one. That should take us back to the overworld. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So we've got our ship, and we do want to put the crow's nest on it as well, but we'll deal with that later. For the moment, we've got our ship, Outrun Brownie ship, and the next step is going to be adding that in as a spawnable ship and turning on the option to actually deploy pirates on it. Might as well just delete that ship. No ship found. Let's move down a bit. Loot comedy drama. Okay, so we'll delete that one. Done. Okay. Cool. Well, we've got our ship built. And we will turn that one into a ship that can spawn in the Nether in this mod pack later on. We're going to wrap things up though because we've been going for close to 3 hours. So, thank you for joining. Appreciate you having been here. And if you're still watching and you've enjoyed what you've seen, then feel free to subscribe on YouTube. Feel free to like the stream. And I will catch you in another stream or video. Alrighty, let's hit the cobblestone generator one more time. Alrighty. So music is Cobblestone Generator by Apollo Music, and I'll say thank you to my patrons, the Fantastic Soap, Only Arrow, and Catsmith. Thank you all for being paid patrons, and I will see you in the next stream, video, or short. Don't do a lot of shorts, so probably it'll be a stream or a video. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the music. So we'll be doing some more gameplay from the pack next stream. Next time I stream this pack, it'll be in 2 weeks. The next week, it'll be the Serial Airships 2 stream. So we're working on that mod pack next week. And on the weekend, it'll be Ethereal Airships, the current server. So we'll be moving an island. We'll be recreating an island with Create Mod and moving it up from where it was. And yeah, trying to build some more Create infrastructure. So we might actually look at upgrading the existing server to the Airships 2 pack apart from the World Gen. I'll talk to the community about that and see what they want to do. So it would be nice to start over again on a new world. So we'll give that a go. Alrighty. Well, very close to 500 subscribers. So if you're still watching, please help me with that. Help me out with getting to 500 subs, and I will see you hopefully next time. And yeah, I've still got the Terrainless Super Flat Hardcore to update. I've still got the Inheritance Hardcore. I've got to finish that one up soon. Either got to hand it over in about a month's time, or I'll need to make sure I take enough risks that I come to an untimely end and hand it over legitimately rather than just having run out of time. So we're going to get another episode out soon, and I will be working on that one when I'm not working on the mod packs. Alrighty. My voice is cracking. Definitely time to finish up. Okay. Well, that's fun. Took a bit longer than I thought to make a ship in sails and pirates. VS is definitely, Eureka is definitely easier to make ships in, but it's a matter of experimenting in creative mode and seeing what actually works and now I know that things sit a lot higher on the lava than they do in the water. So, good to know. Alright. Music you heard at the beginning was Too High to Die, Captain Fred of the TechHeads, and Mud Puddle, and you're listening to Cobblestone Generator at the moment. All music by Apollo Music, and I will update the stream description later on to reflect the music change, and yeah, add it to the playlist for Hybrid Pirates, which is what we're working on at the moment. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.